You know, 7 lives were lost in the recent flooding here in Middle Tennessee, a tragedy none of us want to relive. New this morning, News Channel 5's Eric Hilt explains a way for Nashville residents to get out of floodplains and onto higher ground.
Homeowners across Middle Tennessee have spent the last week drying out from devastating floods. And now many hope to clean up and rebuild. But Metro leaders say in some cases that may not be the best option.
Especially in the floodway, which is the most hazardous area in the floodplains, there is no infrastructure that can be built or things that can be done to reduce or eliminate that flooding.
Metro Water Services Sonia Allman says hundreds of Nashville homes sit in floodplains.
Metro did not have any stormwater regulations at all prior to 1979. There were no flood maps prior to 1982. So unfortunately, we have a lot of homes that are built in a high-risk area.
Over the last decade, Metro Nashville has tried to remove those high-risk houses by pairing with TEMA and FEMA on a home buyback program.
Many residents know that if you have a home that has flooded, it's difficult to sell that home. We are able to purchase those homes, remove the homes, so that becomes green space and property that when it floods, because it will flood again, does not cause any harm to a family. It also gives the family that was living there the money and the ability to relocate to a much safer area.
Now, after the latest rounds of flooding, homeowners can find out if they're eligible for the voluntary program. And Allman says it's important for people with frequent flooding problems to look into it because the buyback option isn't always available.
We have several homes that, we years ago offered them a buyout. They chose to stay. And then they decide later on, oh no, I want to sell the house. And at that point, there may not have been funding.
In Nashville, Eric Hilt, News Channel 5.
And one of the hardest hit areas in last weekend's floods was the Mill Creek and 7 Mile Creek area. Home buyback efforts have been focused in that part of Nashville. Metro has already bought 15 homes there and 85 others have been approved and are waiting on funding.